It is the interview that has a lot of people talking this morning. Adult film star Stormy Daniels gave her first TV interview on 60 Minutes last night, talking about her alleged sexual encounter with Donald Trump in 2006.
I just felt like maybe it was sort of, I had it coming for making a bad decision for going to someone's room alone. And I just heard the voice in my head, well, you put yourself in a bad situation and bad things happen, so you deserve this.
And you had sex with him?
Yes.
After Donald Trump won the Republican nomination for president, Trump's attorney offered her $130,000 through his liability corporation in exchange for signing a non-disclosure agreement. She signed that document 11 days before the election.
WCCO chief political reporter Pat Kessler joins us now. Pat, what was your kind of overall impression of the interview? Did you think that she seemed credible?
Well, you know, overall, I honestly thought it was a little underwhelming. We knew a lot of this stuff before. In my house, like many millions of houses around America, we gathered with the popcorn to see what this was. But let's face it, we're not sitting down with the family here to watch The Sound of Music or something like that. This was pretty tawdry stuff. And yeah, I think she told her story. I want to say one other thing about the numbers. I mean, more than 20 million people we see this morning, more than 20 million people watch this. Wow. And this is as many people as watched 60 Minutes in 10 years. The last big interview like that was Michelle and Barack Obama talking about their marriage when they were just elected. So there really is a contrast here. I think we saw something last night was kind of the coarsening of America, and it is something that everybody is talking about today.
Okay, let's talk about the threat. Here is what Stormy Daniels said happened in a Las Vegas parking lot in 2011.
I walked up on me and said to me, leave Trump alone, forget the story. And then he leaned around and looked at my daughter and said, a beautiful little girl, it'd be a shame if something happened to her mom.
All right, that is something that's getting a lot of attention today.
Yeah, that's really tough.
That is tough.
Here is the thing, you guys, that there is no proof of that right now. Now, Stormy Daniels' attorney says that that will be revealed eventually, but there is no proof. And remember, this is, what, 6, 7, 8 years ago? If there was any surveillance video in the parking lot, that doesn't exist anymore. But there's one part of that you got to question it and be skeptical. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, this is some of the same kind of threats that you hear from Donald Trump's attorneys and lawsuits over the years. So that part of it could be credible. We don't know what to believe here. Yeah. She threw that out there, but we don't know what's true. Very
scary if it is in fact true. Stormy Daniels' attorney tweeted a picture of a DVD or CD. We saw this, suggesting that they had evidence of an affair. So here's what Stormy Daniels had to say on that.
Can't answer that right now.
You don't want to say one way or the other if you have text messages or other items?
My attorney has recommended that I don't discuss those things.
Because in the agreement, Pat, in the non-disclosure, she was supposed to turn over any emails or anything like that, right?
Yeah, that was part of this agreement, texts, emails, letters, anything. But they're saying, in fact, that they might have a DVD of a video of something. We can only imagine nowadays what might be in that. The attorney, again, this morning says that he will release that stuff in time as a threat to the Trump office and his attorney.
I mean, ultimately, Pat, who cares if Stormy Daniels had a one-night stand with Donald Trump 12 years ago? That's between Trump and his wife. Who cares? But it's the financial aspect of this that...
I mean, there is, and we don't know. She's not getting paid, she said. We do understand this, but there could be some real legal stuff here. Setting aside the threats, setting aside the possible criminal stuff of a threat and thuggish behavior, there is this campaign finance stuff. Yeah. Did the president direct someone to pay her $130,000 just days before the election to change the course of the election? That would be illegal if that's true.
On CBS this morning, Stormy Daniels' attorney pointed out the president has not tweeted about this. We did get this tweet, though. So much fake news, never been more inaccurate, but through it all, our country is doing great.
Well, are we? I mean, look what we're talking about here this morning. I think that is a veiled reference to this last night. He really wants to say something, but I don't think he can. I can only imagine what's going on at home with the First Lady and trying to bridge that divide there. But I think that is an indication that the president is thinking about it. He would really like to talk about it because she came off as credible overall that what happened was true. What it means is a whole nother thing.
Yeah. Pat, thank you. We'll see you on the news at 5 and 6 today.
You bet.